What is going on, everybody? Ryan here. Another video. This deserves a video in of itself. The patch notes. And I'm noticing a lot of big, crazy changes going on right now. So let's get into the patch notes here. So new content, Ground Zero. The Ground Zero location situated in the center, situated in the city center of Tarkov, has been added to the game. Location features a large number of infrastructure facilities of modern city banks, cafes, restaurants, stores, pharmacies, and so on. All this is towered by the skyscrapers of Tarkov in the very center of the location of the main Russian branch office of Terror Group. Woo! Where the original conflict began, the most violent clashes between USEC PMC operatives and Oman took place on the facility premises. So is Bear being changed to Oman? A little weird. I don't have a lot of background story here for this, but we're just gonna rock with that possibility. Or maybe Oman is another name for Bear. I'm not entirely sure here. Tarkov nerds, let me know down in the comment section below. The location is intended for beginner players from level 1 to 20. PMCs of higher levels 20 plus will not be able to access the location. Scavs will have access to the location at any player level. New starter quests have been added to the location. Visual cues for new players have been added to the location. Visual cues. I'm wondering what this means. Because something 2 plus 2 is not equaling 4 with that one. So we'll have to see what they mean by that, or if they go into more detail down below. We'll see here. Quest debut checking renamed to background check. So I'm assuming... Okay, so I am assuming that they took background and checking and made it into one task. They combined both of those tasks. So just real quick here. Let's just go here to the wiki. Now, isn't there a So there's nothing in what you call it, the wiki yet, so we'll have to see what that's all about, but I'm assuming here debut and checking has been merged into one task. Shorter supplier Gunsmith Part 1 have received updated text descriptions. That's been needed for a long time. New boss Kalantai has been added to Street to Tarkov. He is a former officer of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. During his service of law enforcement, he had a reputation as a vile man whose behavior was sometimes feared by his co-workers. During his work, he often resorted to his favorite method of interrogation, a rubber baton, and well as other non-statutory pressure on someone who was not to his liking. Thanks to his physical strength and bold temperament, after the events of the Terror Group scandal, he formed a gang and began to do what he himself was recently supposed to combat: looting and banditry. However, even before the conflict, he often provided protection to local businessmen. For example, his good relations with Kaban are well known. Kalantai has a small number of guards, prefers to stay in one position, and occasionally patrols his territory. If he feels he has the upper hand, he may switch to his police baton. He lives in the area around Kilimov Shopping Mall and the Tarkov Academy of the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Kaban's new guards. Boss Kaban is joined by his closest associates, Basmok and Gus. Since the time of Kaban's active involvement in the business, they have served as his loyal associates, solving many delicate issues for him. their loyal service and their exuberant character made them his most trusted confidants. If there's spare time, these two dandies liked to dress up at Ragman's place and organize illegal street races through the streets of Tarkov into cars from Kaban's dealership. Basbak and Gus always stay close to Kaban and charge into battle for him. They prefer their unique clothes to their battle gear. Though there are occasional exceptions, Basbak has a special fondness for machetes and Gus for crowbars. So, Basbak machetes, I'm wondering if we're going to see the Taigas spawning on them. Stuff like that in the SP8s. So we shall see. Shoreline rework. Could this be the expansion? Visually rework most of the landscape, keeping the main points of interest intact. Added a new area, a small cattle farm, which is home to smugglers and scavs. Updated light sources, optimized most of the location, completely redesigned the culling system, reworked location borders, concrete fence replaced by minefields and snipers in most areas. The location is also slightly expanded in some areas. So we got the shoreline expansion. Reworked some points of interest, including the addition of new quests and activities in several previous empty zones. Some areas have been reworked to improve gameplay. Added a river crossing, reworked almost all elevations and sniper positions, as well as scav areas of interest, etc. Added more than 30 new containers and Jaeger stashes. Fixed over 1,200 visual and minor bugs. 1,200 bugs in one map. That's insane. New weapons, equipment, loot. Added a number of new items, weapon modifications, equipment, and customizations. New weapons, KBP 9A 91 9x39 compact assault. So we got a new 9x39. They put in the new 6.8 277 Fury. I called it. I legit fucking called this right fucking here. Earlier in the wipe, me and my buddy were talking about what calibers would you like to see. I said, oh, I think they're going to put the new 6.8 in. It would make sense. Or put a 277 in. That's crazy I got that one. Okay, so, of course, we're going to get the RPD, the RPDN. I imagine they're going to be the same for, like, how you would see the AK, AKMN, AK-74U, AK-74UNS, all that. Updated the models and animations for the Simonov SKS carbine. So we're getting a new... So updated the models and animations for the SKS. That could be interesting. Achievements and achievement system has been added to the game. Players will receive achievements upon completing various objectives. Earned achievements will not be lost with wipes. You can view the earned achievements on the achievements tab on the character screen. Hall of Fame, a new hideout zone. Hall of Fame has been added to the game. This zone serves a place where you can display memento. So we get a new hideout item. So the zone serves a place where you can display mementos for displaying the dog tags of players of opposite faction killed by your PMC. You get a bonus to combat skills leveling. So that, whoa, that's big. That's kind of big. The higher the level of the unlimited player, the greater the skill bonus. You can add items to your favorites. Such items will be displayed in your profile. New hitbox and armor system. Oh, this is gonna be a doozy here. Okay. So let's get back up to here. Boom. Alright, so new armor and hitbox system. Hitboxes. The head is divided into separate simple hit zones which coincide with the protection zone of helmets and masks. 3 hit zones have been added to the head area: front neck, throat, back neck, neck, and a face collider. So now we're going to be able to see head, eyes, face, neck, back neck, and throat. That'd be a little bit different, because now we're going to be like, oh, who's the real hackers? Because they could start clinging to different things. I think it's going to be a bunch of shit. But we shall see. Thorax and stomach hit zones are divided into front, back, and sides. Now, this could also, now that I'm thinking about this, this could also fight off against hackers' early wipe, if this is true, because if they change all this to the hair area, and, you know, we're just keep getting head, eyes, you might be able to expose them a lot quicker, might prevent some hacking at the beginning of wipe. I doubt it, though, but we shall see. Thorax and stomach hit zones are divided into front, back, and sides. The pelvic hit zone is divided into front, groin, and back, buttocks. Hits to these zones cause damage to the stomach zone. Forearm hit zones have been reduced in diameter, so we got a smaller hitbox. The death screen is now shows more detailed information about the area that was fatally wounded. For example, thorax, upper back. Okay. Armor, 37 ballistic plates have been added to the game. 7 for chest, 6 for rear, 20 universal plates for chest and rear sections, and 4 side. Okay, so we've seen all that. We got the idea. Integrated armor slots for helmets. Integrated, so you could take any helmet, I'm assuming, and you could put a class 6 in it, and it could be class 6, and you'll never know. It'll keep everybody on their toes and have to use meta ammo all the time now. So this wipe is going to be a meta ammo wipe. Like, first people to get their hands on it are going to rule the wipe in the lobbies. Balancing the damage parameter on various armor materials has been adjusted to reflect new durability values. Repairs, when repairing body armor, durability is distributed according to the following priorities: ballistic plates, chest, backsides, and integrated armor: chest, collar, back, pelvis, sides, other. Whoa, okay. This is a lot. So interface, you can now see durability of different armor zones and ballistic plates by hovering over the durability digit in vest. This is also works over the flea market. You can see brief information about the presence and quality of ballistic plates and flea market market offers. Slots for ballistic plates if the vest has them. Blah, 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 blah. Flea market and trading. The flea market ban has been removed for a large number of body armors. Okay. So ballistic plates of protection classes 5 and 6 cannot be sold on the flea, so you can either only buy, barter, or fine. Buy, barter through traders, and fine. Ballistic plates have been added to the inventory of various traders. Nice. Vaulting and obstacle interaction. We are finally getting vaulting. Obstacle vaulting has been added to the game. There are 2 different types of vaulting: climbing on the obstacle and remaining on it. For example, climbing on a crate to fire on an enemy at the top of it, vaulting over an obstacle. So it looks like we could hang out and shoot, or we could just go straight over. This seems interesting. I actually kind of like that. Shoulder transition, we get the left arm fire. Control settings warning: all control settings have been reset to default. Added shoulder transition action to key is mouse 4. Vaulting is space press. Type is continuous. Okay. Preset ammo loading. So now with your presets, you can preset your ammos. By the way, this looks, you can now have saved presets for loading ammunition in a magazine sequentially, as well as quickly loading magazines through these presets. Players can name each preset which the appropriate presets that they're using to and compare it to other loading presets. The magazine loading preset is divided into 3 blocks: top, loop, bottom. You can create up to 30 unique loading presets within with a limit of 5 presets per caliber. That's like 150 to... Okay, so new recoil mechanics. The new recoil mechanic has improved it to be more realistic and comfortable for players. Special emphasis has been placed on improving the feel of semi-auto and short burst shooting. So it doesn't sound like we're going to get that initial kick. It sounds like it's just going to be a consistent. So if we don't get that initial kick, I'll be happy. New recoil mechanic includes a variety of flexible settings, allowing for balance adjustment based on analytical data and player feedback. All weapon recoil patterns have been rebalanced. So that's going to be crazy. But now we get to Lightkeeper services. After completing certain Lightkeeper quests, you will be able to unlock the following services. Sacred Amulet service. Lightkeeper gives the character the sacred amulet. While the character is wearing the amulet, all cultists on locations do not attack you unless provoked. Rogue support service. When a player purchases the service in that raid, rogues will not attack the player who ordered the service regardless of their faction. In addition, rogues will provide fire support by attacking targets that the player who purchased this service has directed their attention to. So I'm assuming you can't shoot all the other rogues, or they're just gonna fucking blast you. But the other players, scavs, they will attack them. Zerachi support service. When a player buys this service, in that raid, Zerachi will support the player by firing at the targets the player is attacking. That's wild. So late wipe. Mid to late wipe, we got to worry about this stuff. That's going to be crazy. Weapon rack. Now you can add the displayed weapon to your favorites. These weapons will be displayed in your profile. Viewable profiles, AI, adjusted peaceful and combat behavior of AI when moving from one area to another within a location. Rebalancing changes to trading. Change the trader prices and availability of ammunition to the following calibers: 12.7, 338, 366 TKM. Okay, so this is no, so 366 is TKM. I'm just overthinking here. It's 4 a.m. Ryan. Well, almost 5 a.m. now. 545 by 39, 556 by 45, 300 blackout, 9 by 39, 762 by 39, 762 by 51, and 54R, 9 by 18, 9 by 19, 357 Magnum, 45 ACP, 46 by 30, 57 by 28, 9 by 21, 12 gauge, 23 by 75, and then 762 by 25. Changes to the trader prices and availability of armor on all loyalty levels. Adjusted various trade offers and barters of weapon attachments and other items. Balancing changes to quests. Expanded quest rewards. You will now be rewarded more often with unlocking previously unavailable trade offer barters, ammo, and armor crafting recipes. Change the order of skier quests between Friend from the West Part 2 and Setup. That's interesting. New order, Friend from the West Part 2, Setup, Informed means armed, chumming, bullshit, and silent caliber. Change the quest objectives for the Punisher Part 2 and 4, Tarkov Shooter Part 4. Okay. This is going to be crazy. So we're getting not a lot, but a lot of the main quests have been changed. That's like a good 10% of the beginning quests have changed. That's a significant number. Balancing the changes to crafting, just at armor crafts, Now to make it an armor vest, you will need to find a set of fabrics and ballistic plate that fits the armor. Adjusted ammo crafts reduce the production time and costs of cheap ammunition. That's good. That's good. Early wipe, that's good. That's what we need. Late wipe, nobody's gonna give a shit. Balancing changes to ammo. The damage and armor penetration parameters of different caliber ammunitions have been revised and adjusted. So we got the damage okay, so it sounds like we got different damage and pen values that are going to be coming to ammo. I imagine the ammo tier list isn't going to change, but there's a good chance it will. So we got BTR. Hold on. Balancing to the muzzle device. The muzzle device has been rebalanced. Suppressors, muzzle adapters, flash headers, and compensators. So they've done a lot of changes to that. BTR 82A has been added to Streets of Tarkov, traveling between different points in the city. The BTR driver offers various services to his passengers. Taxi service, move items to stash. So the player can travel to any available point in the city total safety. You know how many rats are going to follow this and learn its pattern and wait at the stop points to camp somebody out and fuck them. I don't think I'll ever be using that. I might be using it for this. Move items to stash service. The player can send items to the stash with the status found in raid. This service is available only for PMCs. So this looks like scavs can take this too. That's crazy. Covering fire service. The player can order covering fire with the help of the BTR weaponry, which provides the safest possible drop-off at the stopping point. The service will be available only after purchasing taxi service. The service is available only for PMCs. Okay, so it looks like scavs can only use the taxi service. The rest is PMC only. At least that's what they're specifying here. Plus, if you're going to be using any of this, you got to get a lucky scav and spawn in with a wallet that's got like 50k in it. And we don't know the prices of it. Yes, yet. Oh, so here we go. Now you know where they're going to fucking stop. The rats, get your notepads out and eat your cheese balls. Pinewood Hotel, Rodina, Cinema, so the cinema, Collapse Crane, Cardinal Apartment Complex, Tram, City Center. The BTR is neutral to all players unless a player starts attacking it first. If someone purchases the covering fire service, the BTR becomes hostile. When the service ends, the BTR becomes neutral to all players. Again, the cost and services depends on the faction. Bear, USEC, Scav Karma, Charisma skill level, and travel distance. That's crazy. Okay, quality of life. The visual effect, the painkillers has been changed. Oh, thank you. I don't know what it's been, but I hope it's back to normal. The door to the expanded part of the hideout is now always open after construction. Changed the camera system in the hideout from railed to free cam. To move in space, WASD, to rotate camera, hold mouse button plus movement. To zoom camera, scroll. We're getting fancy now, Tarkov. Okay, so list the changes. Fix several visual bugs and artifacts of Streets of Tarkov and Shoreline. Fix incorrect spawn points of random containers on all locations. Fix the a problem that led to lack of damage registration for melee weapons in some cases. Fixed incorrect behavior of rogues when attacking the hangar buildings on Lighthouse. Fixed an issue where killed bots would remain standing. Thank God. Fixed the lack of muzzle flashing when looking at a shooting player. Thank you. Fixed AI behavior interacting with stationary weapons. Fixed incorrect values of some parameters and character statistics, fixed incorrect camera behavior in the hideout when scrolling in UI elements, fixed several compatibility issues with weapon attachments, fixed the ability to hear outdoor sounds while inside bunker on reserve. That took how long to fix? Because if I'm not mistaken, after the first month of wipe, that's all we heard was shooting in the fucking bunker. And I got tired of it. I'm like, oh, shooting outside. No, it's in a bunker. And you'd be like, it's in the bunker, and you get fucking domed. So, it seems like they did a lot of fixes, a lot of things here. This is a lot to digest. This is really a lot to digest. So, guys, I hope y'all read this through. Take your own information with this. I'm not going to give any opinions on this. I'm just here to inform on this, because everybody needs to make their own opinion about this. So guys, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all did enjoy. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the raids later today.